So Kendrick Lamar's fiance is biologically black, but she doesn't identify full-time as a black woman, allegedly, then I can't listen to his music.
Hot tea, hot tea, hot tea, hot tea, hot tea.
All right, so Dr. Umar had some very interesting takes on Kendrick Lamar and his wife, and when it comes to Kendrick being this symbol in the culture. Let's check this out. Like the video and subscribe. Let's get it.
Does your fiance, Kendrick's fiance for that matter, I would ask Kendrick, does your mixed race fiance identify as a black woman on a full-time basis? And if brother Kendrick, who I love and respect, Drake, I love and respect y'all, this ain't no personal issue, but if Kendrick tells me that his fiance does not identify as a black woman on a full-time basis, then he is a bunny hopper and I cannot listen to his music. I can't. I didn't know. I thought she was black because somebody told me she was black. I thought I heard that before. But if it's crystal clear that she's biologically black is probably what they meant, Art. So Kendrick Lamar's fiance is biologically black, but she doesn't identify full-time as a black woman, allegedly, then I can't listen to his music. I can't. We got to stop all this bunny hopping. Black people are at war. You saw what happened to Jordan Neely. You saw what happened to Sonia Massey. You see what's happening to black people all day. We can't afford this. We need our soldiers to be soldiers for the community. And no black man can be a soldier for the African race if he bunny hopping with a non-black woman. So even if she has African ancestry, if one of those parents are black, if she don't identify full time, she's a snow bunny. You know my rules. No rice, no ice, no spice, no sand, and no salsa. Black queens forever, snow bunnies never. But to your question. So again, Kendrick, Travis, I need clarity on the political identity of your women. Drake, I need clarity on your political identity. Now to your question, Art. I believe Drake has a case. And I'm gonna tell you why I believe Drake has a case against the Universal Music Group. I believe Drake has a case, and I'm being fair because like I said, I like Kendrick's personality. Disappointed he's a bunny hopper, but I like Kendrick as a person. I like Shannon Sharp's personality, but he's a bunny hopper. Okay, so with that being said, I think Drake has a case. There's nothing personal against Kendrick. I like him as a person. The reason I say Drake has a case, Drake is alleging that Universal Music Group is suppressing his music, suppressing his streams. They haven't been marketing him as strongly as they have been marketing Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick and Drake are both signed to labels that are subsidiaries of Universal Music Group. So that is a conflict of interest. That is a conflict of interest. You represent me and you represent my arch nemesis. That's a conflict of interest. And if we are going to be honest, Art, and again, I don't listen to their music. So I can't say if Kendrick's music is better than Drake's. I can't say Drake's music is better than Kendrick. They're both bunny hoppers, so I don't listen to them. But categorically and qualitatively speaking, I have heard Kendrick's Not Like Us a whole lot more since it dropped than I've heard Drake. And mind you, even though I don't listen to them personally, I'm in the airports all the time. I'm in hotels all the time. I'm on interviews all the time. I'm in radio stations all the time. I'm in, black cars all the time. I'm around enough other people, Art, that I know what people are listening to. And what's on the radio is Kendrick and not Drake as much. And so to the point, does Drake have a case that Universal Music Group is suppressing his music, suppressing his marketing, and promoting Kendrick? Absolutely. He has a case. He definitely has a case. No, anybody who's looking at this objectively has to admit Drake has a case. Even if Drake's music is, I keep mixing them up. Even if Kendrick's music is better, even if Kendrick's music is better than Drake, they're still not promoting Drake enough. And Drake is as accomplished as Kendrick. I even read something that he kind of is outdistancing Kendrick on a couple of different musical parameters, right? But Kendrick is outdistancing him on a couple of different music parameters as well. But at the end of the day, all things considered equal, I think they should probably get the same amount of radio play, Art. And the fact that they're not clearly says Universal is pumping Kendrick and suppressing Drake.
Now, what I'm about to say is fact. It's not fiction. It can be proven. There's evidence. I don't have any reason to lie to you. I don't gain anything from lying to you. There are certain black men within black culture that would get destroyed and crucified for being with a woman, the complexion or the racial background as Kendrick Lamar's wife. Y'all would destroy that man. And I know it happens every day. It's tons of black men with light-skinned women. Look at the NBA. Look at the NFL. I get it. But I'm talking about the black men who specifically, supposedly stand for the culture. Y'all have historically always torn those men down when they stood next to a light-skinned woman. But y'all don't hold Kendrick Lamar to that same standard. And I get it. For a lot of the Kendrick Lamar Barbies out there, when it comes to Drake and Kendrick, well, Kendrick is better than Drake, so we'll just ignore and put our heads down every time it's something to call out about Kendrick. And I get it. This girl and Kendrick, they've been together since high school, if I'm not mistaken. But Kendrick out here talking about, I want to see some stretch marks. Let me ask you something. Do you think Kendrick Lamar has ever seen a stretch mark on that light-skinned, half-white woman? On the woman that Kendrick is with, who looked like she could be Drake's little sister? Where you think he's seen a stretch mark on her? I want to see something real with some stretch marks. Okay. But y'all don't hold Kendrick to that standard. Let me give you some facts that y'all can't refute. It's a lot of people who don't stand by Jonathan Majors. You know why? Because they say he shouldn't have been messing with that white woman in the first place. He deserved everything he got. It's a lot of people who feel like that. And y'all know I'm not lying. I know some of y'all stand by Jonathan Majors. Y'all feel like he got fucked over. But what I just said is the truth. And y'all know it's the truth. When Jay-Z was cheating on Beyonce, what did Beyonce say? You was cheating on me with Becky with the good hair. And all the black women on the internet, it was almost like they was more upset by the fact that Jay-Z was cheating with a light-skinned woman with good hair, as if he was cheating with a black woman with nappy hair, it would have been better. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. Look at look at Dr. Umar. If Dr. Umar popped out with a light-skinned woman, the internet would be in a frenzy, yet alone a white woman. He shook a white woman's hand, and it was a story for a week. They said, oh, no, Dr. Umar, not Mr. Negative Snow Bunny. People like that usually get held accountable for the women that they're with. But y'all do not hold Kendrick Lamar to that same standard. And it's a lot of standards that y'all don't hold Kendrick to. Y'all was all for Colin Kaepernick. And it was fuck the NFL. But Kendrick do the Super Bowl, we back fucking with football. Okay, cool. Like every time, every year, the Grammys do not treat black people right. Drake was one of the few big artists that boycotted against the Grammys. Who's always at the Grammys smiling, cheesing like a good old boy, like a good slave? Kendrick Lamar. Y'all don't hold him to the same standards. So I don't have no issue with what Dr. Umar said, because these are facts. Y'all pick and choose. Y'all pick and choose. And then you gonna have people in the comments talking about, you hate Kendrick. You hate him. Bruh. I love Kendrick. I've been a fan of Kendrick before some of y'all even knew who K-Dot was. But I don't like everything he does. I don't like everything Drake does. I invented the term OVO sweatshop, and then everybody else on the internet ran with it. I've been around for a while, y'all. Y'all just don't know who I am. Some of y'all just getting to know me. And I ain't getting no free merch from Drake. I ain't getting no paychecks from Drake or Kendrick. Look at how I'm dressed. It was a time I used to be wearing Gucci and Burberry and stuff. I'm broke, y'all. I need a Cash App. These Negroes ain't paying me. Some of y'all think Drake up there liking my content or something like that. Dude, Drake had heard me talk shit about him too. I know for a fact that that's a fact. Some of y'all need to wake up. Now, what the hell is Dr. Umar talking about when it comes to Drake's case? This man said Drake got a case because I heard Not Like Us more than Drake. Drake ain't been putting out no music like that. Drake ain't had no hit single. He wasn't pushing no songs. He only made one music video. He made that video for Family Matters, and that was during the beef. Drake ain't been putting out no content like that. 100 Gigs was a whole bunch of footage. It wasn't a whole bunch of music. Some of y'all get that twisted. 100 gigs was 100 gigs of songs. It was 100 gigs of footage and about 1 gigabyte of songs, maybe less than that. It might have been 500 megabytes of songs in there, okay? Songs that was probably throwaways, even though I like that Lotto song. But of course you heard Not Like Us everywhere. It was a smash hit. What is Dr. Umar talking about? He is not qualified to talk about whether or not Drake got a case. And yeah, is the bots and all that shit true? But it's true for other reasons than, you just heard Not Like Us on the internet, or you heard Not Like Us in the car when you was at the airport. That's what happens when you got a smash hit. They play a song till you get tired of it. I'll never forget that Eminem and Rihanna song, Just Wanna Sit Here and Watch Me Burn. Dog. I remember I traveled that year. I went to Florida with my dad and my brothers. I went to Texas and I heard that song. I went to Cali and I heard that song. I went to Vegas and I heard that song. That song got on my nerves so much. But that's what happens when you got a smash hit. So of course you heard Not Like Us everywhere. It was a smash hit. It was people playing it in Canada. They was playing it all over the radio in Canada, in Drake's country. It was a hit. What does that got to do with the damn case? Yeah, they've been pushing Kendrick. Oh yeah, but it's deeper than that, Dr. Umar. It's certain shit you don't know about. Just stick to what you know, dog. Stick to the snow bunnies and the black activist shit, okay? So that's all I got for y'all. Let me know what y'all think about this. Like the video and subscribe. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.